You guys, September was a good month. I continued some great series, I started some new great series, I even had some good standalones, including a 6-star read. So let's talk about all the fantasy books I read in September and whether I would recommend them with a yes, no, or maybe. Started off the month with a hell of a story, Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. She's a favorite author of mine for a reason. I would definitely recommend this with a yes, just know it's a little heavy in the academic themes, but it definitely doesn't read like a textbook. Then I hopped on the Mafia fantasy train. I started the Jade City trilogy with a buddy, and this was a great time, solid foundation for what I'm sure is an even more exciting trilogy down the line. Definitely give this one a try. I was definitely on spooky theme this month by picking up Eldritch, which released this month. It is the second book in the Eating Woods trilogy. I would say maybe, because honestly, this is like a true dark gothic romantasy, so I think it really depends on your capacity for that kind of darkness and also your capacity for a lot of spider stuff. But I really did enjoy myself. I think this is a solid, good gothic romantasy, so I would say like maybe leaning on yes. I was gifted the indie version of Air of Illusion about 2 months ago, and I finally got around to it. This was a good time. It's honestly like a very solid classic romantasy, especially if you are new to the space. You would have a fun time with this one, and it has been picked up for trad, so it's going to be re-releasing in February, I believe, so definitely give this a try. And then Blood Over Brighthaven. I picked this book up in January, and I have been kicking myself the second I finished this book because I cannot believe it took me this long to read it. This was a 6-star masterpiece. Absolutely, yes, you need to read this. I will be screaming about it for the rooftops for like the next forever. I did have the time to sneak in one more indie fantasy romance. Riftborn is a series I've been wanting to try for a minute now. The Aspirathian trilogy, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm going to say this one's another maybe, okay? I think it really depends on your preferences as a reader, but I think that so far it like is setting up a really good foundation for this series. And I've heard that book 2 is even better, so like it makes book 1 worth it. And since I haven't read book 2 yet, I can't tell you that yet. And then I did finally finish my reread of Throne of Broken Gods as I prepare for the 4th book in the Gods and Monsters series. I am getting an arc of it, so I do have to kind of get a move on this reread, but this is a huge yes. I love this series. Please read it. Fallen City by Adrienne Young was a beautiful time, very much like two lovers on the opposite sides of a war, very haunting. It was like a story within a story as we had different timelines kind of lining up to tell an overall perspective. Great time, keep an eye out for it in November along with my full arc review. Remember, most of these books are going to have their own spoiler-free reviews on my page if they do not so already. So follow me if you want more fantasy recs, reviews, reacts, or let me know what your favorite book was in September.